whiskey one. Sheds hit the fan, we're overrun. Sending boys in the trucks with the 50 cals. Tell every swinging neck, bring extra rounds. Hang in now, boys, we're on our way. Don't send them on to heaven before we get a taste. Whoa, cry havoc, let's slip the doors away. What you gonna do?
And welcome to another episode of the Double S Podcast. That was Sal Gonzalez, United States Marine Corps veteran. Go check it out. Just dropped a new album out there, folks. You want to go check that out and download that. Just awesome music. Sal has one of those voices that when you hear him, you'll never not hear him. You can pick him out of a crowd easy. And he is just unbelievable talent. Great album, great songs out there. So go check that out. Brother Sal, thank you so much again for allowing us to use your music in our intro. Hey, man, so you're watching this special episode that we got going on here. I want to get this out the way. If I'm not responding to you or my awesome guest is not responding to you, it's because we're not live. It's not that I don't like you, and it's not that I'm not responding to you or I'm ignoring you. No, it's just we're not live. This is a recorded episode here to make sure that schedules worked out and we could get this cat on here. We had to make sure and just record this at a different time. So we're not live, but definitely, absolutely, 100% leave your comments, leave your questions here. I'll make sure Eric sees those later. When they come through, I'll pass them on to him, and that way he can respond or I can respond, whichever the case may be. You're definitely going to want to tune in here and check this out. Cool organization that we have here, and just one of those great examples of doing things right, man. So I'm excited to get him in here. Before we do that, let's go ahead and pay the bills. All right. Every episode of the Double S Podcast brought to you by the Romans Warrior Foundation. Hashtag helping is healing, romanswarriorfoundation.org. Go check them out. Without the RWF, nothing I'm doing here would exist. And that's not just a phrase. That's a pure, honest truth. Because of the Romans Warrior Foundation, the True Patriot Outfitters exist, and I'm in the business of serving those that serve. They went beyond being friends and business associates. They're family now. We've been working together for several years, and they are at the heart, man, of bringing healing across this nation to our brothers and sisters in some of the most unconventional ways, but in massive ways that have huge impact. Go check them out. Get an opportunity if you find a way that you can either donate to them or volunteer at any one of the events. Definitely do that. Check out the Global War on Terror Wall of Remembrance while you're there as well. If you have something going on in your local community and you want to take that event to the next level, get the GWAT wall in there. We're the only traveling memorial in the United States currently, as of this date, that is dedicated to the entire GWAT era. That's 83 all the way to the debacle withdrawal. This is the only one that's out there. She has traveled around this country from shore to shore. It's amazing the healing that it brings, and it's fantastic to have our brothers and sisters' names showcased there, and you can bring that right into your community. Of course, our little outfit, the True Patriot Outfitters, kayak fishing, camping trips, shenanigans, bonding, camaraderie, removing isolation, restoring mission and purpose, man. That's what we're here doing, and that's what we're out there doing. Go check us out at truepatriotoutfitters.org. Of course, the Heroes Media Group, Adam Bird, all the fantastic podcasts that are out there. Something for everybody out there. Go check out the Heroes Media Group and look at all the podcasts. Something on just about every night and just about every topic. Resources galore. You will not be disappointed. Of course, the sister organization, HMG Beverage. You want some coffee, want to support a good cause and get some coffee? Check out HMG Beverage. Kickstart is my drink of choice. All right. The bills are paid. A couple things to announce before we bring in the man. First event for the Patriot Borderlands Kayak Series coming up in March. We are now within the 60-day window. I love saying that. We are so close, man. We're going to be heading to New Mexico, Conchas Lake, The first event for the PBKS is going to go off there. We have been working with Anthony and Matt, primarily Anthony down there, who is the tournament director for the New Mexico Bass Nation Kayak Division. These guys are rolling out the red carpet, man. There's so many people getting excited, wanting to come down and show up and fish with us. Get your season started off right. Great excuse also to test your gear, man. First event of the year. If you're in Colorado, come on down, dude. Let's go. Yes, it is the weekend of the national championship. I do apologize to those qualified for the national championship. We really didn't have any other option with the dates that we were provided and with the desire that we have to not interfere with the clubs in their regular season schedules. So that's why we're on that date. But nevertheless, it's going to be a great time down there. Should be a perfect time to get down there. It's going to be cold evenings, nice, beautiful days during the day. All we're worried about, dude, is make sure that I-25 from us south of Denver is good and no blizzard conditions, and we're in New Mexico. If we can make it to Trinidad, we are golden, man. We'll be down there, and it's going to be a great time. So that's one of 5 total events going off this year. All right, that's it. Got all that good stuff there. Let's get the man in here himself. We have coming to us here from the North Shore Fishing Company, and you're going to want to hear this story. They do. This is fantastic stuff, and the work they're doing is awesome. Not to mention the fact that they have some badass products sitting out there for all your fishing needs. We have the founder himself, Mr. Eric LaBelle. Let's go and bring him in here. Boom. What's happening, brother Eric? How the heck are you?
Good, man. Hey, thanks for the invite. I'm excited to be here. And I got to say, every time I see that intro, I get jacked, man.
Right?
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Sal has one of those voices. That's an original that, of course, he wrote. And
Cool.
I got a chance I met Sal several years ago and had a chance to hang out and hear the stories behind these stories. This is music by vets for vets, right? It's a form of therapy. And they're part of the Stop 22 tour that we got rolling. And yeah, Sal's got some tunes, man, and other stuff.
Look him up. That was good.
Yeah, Sal G Music. That's you can see it at the beginning of this. You'll see all his socials and such there. And he just dropped a new album out there too that you can actually download. It's some great new songs and like 6 brand new singles. It's good stuff. Well, cool, man. So here's how I found out about you. The evil monster itself, social media. I was poking around and doing some things, getting some posts up there, and one of your posts popped up, and I'm like, hey, what's this? Because I lived in Minnesota for like 10 years. I was actually born there when I was a kid, but most recently I lived there for 10 years, and one of our favorite spots to go was the North Shore. Yeah. There's a pie place up there that is, I think it's Betty's Pies. Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, that'll kill your diet right there, but that pie is worth every bite, man.
That's funny.
And we got a chance to get up there and just go drive up that coast up there, and it is stunning. I absolutely love it. It never felt like it was overloaded with people. Great hiking and walking around up and down, of course, and then the view of the lake. I mean, good Lord. It's like
can't beat it.
You're on an ocean right there is what it feels like, but it's all fresh water, just gorgeous. So I saw your name, dude, and it pinged. I'm like, okay, who's this? Well, then I got a chance to look into it. So let's go ahead and turn this over, man. Talk to us about North Shore Fishing Company. How did this organization happen?
Yeah, of course. So I started this about 1.5 years ago, and I say I started it. I was pushed into it a little bit.
Voluntold.
Yeah, voluntold. That's right. I been an outdoorsman my entire life. Love fishing. I'm a big hunter, as you can see behind me. I work a full-time job. I actually work at Federal Ammunition, so love it there. But I also love the creativity and the challenge of creating my own thing too. So that's kind of where this started. And my daughter Ellie, who is now 9, she just turned 9 about a week ago. She, at school one time, I think this was 2 years ago, was learning about, I don't know, it was right around Christmas, and they were learning about something, and what stuck in her mind of the conversation they had at school was at Christmas time, there's kids in hospitals that can't go home. And the thing that got her was how is Santa going to deliver presents to these sick kids in hospitals? And so we talked through that, and she was good. The next day she brought it up again and a few more times after that. And finally she said, you know what, Dad, I want to start, what'd she say? She said something along the lines of, I want to bring them presents at the hospital myself, because I'm not sure Santa's going to be able to bring them. And I said, that's cool. Like, where are you going to get them? Are you going to give some of your stuff? And, oh, God, no. That's
what's this crazy talk, Dad?
Right? Yeah. So I said, all right, well, what's your plan here? And she took her a day or so, and she came back to me, and she said, I'm going to tie paracord bracelets. Or she said, I'm going to sell bracelets. So we talked through that and got to we landed on paracord bracelets and lanyards and stuff like that. And I just got through a duck hunting season and thought, hey, I have some paracord I made a duck hunting lanyard out of. Let's see what we could do here. And
nice.
So we started doing that and looked up some designs and stuff like that. And she started working at or selling these at different like farmers markets and stuff like that, and ended up making some pretty good money. And we raised enough money to buy a bunch of gifts for a bunch of kids at the children's hospital here in Minneapolis. And we had some leftover money and said, what do you want to do with that? I asked her, what do you want to do with that? And she said, well, we could use some school supplies at in my class. So we did that, had a little bit left over, and we live just not too far from the Anoka County Sheriff's office here, the department. And she said, let's go donate some money to them too. So we did that. And yeah, we just continued that for the next after Christmas for a little bit. And it got to a point where she was sick of tying the paracord bracelets, and so was I. And I said, you know what, Ellie, what if we move this to something that Dad's a little bit more passionate about? And that's kind of where this evolved to. And it's kind of been in the back of my mind for a little while. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to sell. I didn't know exactly what the path this would take, but I know that I wanted to give back to some veterans, and I needed to figure out a way to do that. And we can get into that in a little bit here. But
yeah,
the name came from, like you said, Lake Superior. I went to college up there, and I lived up there for 4 years.
UMD?
That's right.
Yeah, my daughter's a graduate of there.
Really? Yeah. I loved it there. And I just love it up there. And we travel up the North Shore. I used to hunt a little bit up there, and I still fish quite a bit. My wife and I, before we got married, used to take a trip up there every fall and, do all the hiking and all the touristy stuff. And that's ended up where I actually asked her to marry me too. So cool. It's a soft spot for me up there. And growing up, I was afraid of the lake. It's such a big lake, and it picks up in a hurry. But man, when I started fishing it, I love it. I actually just up on a guided trip. I want to learn the lake trout jigging bite. So we went with a guide up there. His name's Ethan, and dude is a genius when it comes to live scoping lake trout in like super deep water. So cool. I'm going to be doing more of that this year. And, we always troll for salmon and, get into the walleye bite down by the St. Louis River. And so I spend as much time up there as I can.
So cool. First and foremost, I want to say kudos, congratulations to you and your wife on raising a good kid, man, and both kids.
I appreciate that.
Just giving them a good grounded base, man, and what it means to actually serve others, to reach out and do something. At the end of the day, that's what we have, right? Is taking care of each other out there, regardless of the garbage that goes on. So that is so, for a guy in his 50s to hear that about a youngster out there, man, that gives me faith, further into humanity that we got a generation coming that's got things figured out, man, and they're going to take care of us when we're, crotchety and just, telling people to get off our grass.
That's right. I appreciate you saying that, man. I'll be the first to admit that as a dad, I have no idea what I'm doing. We just try and figure it out. Right. And just try and do the best we can. That's all you can do.
Dude, I was raised by a single mom, me, my brother, and my mom. That was pretty much it. So, when I had my two kids, I had no idea. The only dads I knew were like Archie Bunker. That wasn't going to work. Al Bundy. Damn sure it didn't go work. I mean, I had TV, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was but like man, you just follow your gut, follow your heart. It takes care of the
Yeah.
rest, from there. So,
That's
but
right.
mine are old now. They're adults. They got no time. They're busy with their life and stuff. So
Yeah.
yours are still at the fun age, dude. You're right in the
Yeah.
heart of it. That's good stuff.
Yeah. And honestly, that's the biggest part of running this business that gets to me. Like I try my hardest not to trade my time with them to run this and grow this. And
Yep.
I feel like I'm not. I tend to trade my own time, and that's sleep, right? So that's my biggest struggle and the biggest heartache I have here is, when I have to go do something for North Shore, which is my passion right now. I just don't want I don't want to give up time with them because it's limited, right?
Oh man, yeah, love it, dude. You got this stuff dialed in, brother. I mean, you're doing all right.
Doesn't feel like it.
Right? The fact that you question it all the time, Eric, is why you continue to do well, and that is because we keep ourselves in check, right?
That's right.
It's when we start getting that arrogancy about us, just like fishing. The moment we think we got this shit figured out, Mother Nature's like, pow, across the dumb shit spot in the back of your head and says, no, you don't. Let me change this up. So let's bring this
It
up
happens
here.
to me quite a bit, actually.
Oh yeah, trust me, I got a permanent bruise back there. Let's bring this up here. I'm gonna throw this up here full screen. There we go.
Yeah.
Let's do it this way. There we are. All right, so we got the page here, North Shore Fishing co.com. So northshorefishingcompany.com.
Yep.
Folks, get out here and check this out. I'll tell you, the who we are part was, like I said, the one that just got me. I knew I was hooked. I knew we wanted you on the show here. There's Ellie, your founder.
Yeah.
And folks, I'm not going to read it to you, but you want to go read this. So go out to the website, click through that, and check out Isaac, the product tester. You make sure that anything you're getting has been thoroughly inspected.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he just turned 6 late December, and man, he's awesome. He helps a little bit with the business. He's still pretty young for it, and it really Ellie is too. But they help out more than I expected them to. But man, he loves to fish, so yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Using products with him and just getting out and doing dad and son trips. And
yeah. So how long you been with Federal?
11 years.
Awesome. I knew I've got another buddy of mine that I could have swore worked at same place, Jason Cushland. I know it's a big company, so but
it is.
Jason
doesn't
worked
ring
there.
a bell, but
Gotcha.
yeah,
I don't know if he's still there or not.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was into fishing. In all of Minnesota out there. I mean, if you're out there, and see, that's the thing I always try to tell people they don't understand out here in Colorado is being somebody in the outdoors out here, being an outdoorsman, avid outdoorsman. To them out here, that also includes like hiking and granola rides and such. It's a different thing out here. Back home there in Minnesota, it's hunting and fishing, man, and you're a part of it, and you hit it hard, dog, because 6 months, there's a good chance that 6 months out of the year, you're frozen in, right? So you find ways to engage out there, and
even when we're frozen in, we still get out there.
Yeah, some of you nut jobs are still figuring out ways to get out there. I'm past that stuff. I'm fuzzy bunny slippers and hot cocoa if it starts freezing up.
Yeah.
Although do you ice fish much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before kids, I did a lot, but yeah,
Right.
We do quite a bit. My parents have a cabin, just a little cabin over in western Wisconsin, and we do quite a bit of ice fishing up there just because it's easy. It's a little 80-acre lake that we're on, and we can get out and set up a bunch of tip-ups, and we throw up a pop-up in the middle just to warm up and mess around on snowmobiles, pulling kids on sleds, and just have a good time. And a flag will pop up. And yeah, we actually was it last winter? It might have been 2 winters ago. Pulled a 41-inch northern out of the ice, which is
Good Lord.
Yeah, it was my nephew's first time fishing, and honestly, he's the biggest. he's a really good hockey player, like ranked nationally. It's just a ridiculous hockey player. So he doesn't have a lot of time to do it. But he is the biggest fishing fan I have ever seen in my life. The kid he would go every day if he could. It's awesome. But it was his first time ice fishing, and we had a hell of a day. We caught a bunch of bass, like good sized bass, and a bunch of northerns, and that was his first time fishing. He pulls up a 41-inch northern. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah, and those guys, the ones that just they don't get a chance to do it often, but when they do, they just show out or whatever. You want to slap them half the time, but you're also extremely stoked for them, right? It's like, no, that dude is hooked for life now, guaranteed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I fished that lake my entire life and have never caught that fish. Yeah.
Panfish galore, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, big crappies, really big crappies. It's a lot of fun, but the northern seem to be dropping a little bit, but I don't know.
Dude found a dinosaur.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. But yeah, I try and get out a little bit. Isn't as much as I used to. Honestly, I'm a freshwater guy. I get out because there's nothing else to do here, and I start fishing in March in my boat, either up on Superior trolling for cohos or Pool 4, which is Mississippi River, south of the cities a little bit. That opens up.
Lake Pepin.
So that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I fish that quite a bit, and but in December, January, February, that's typically not an option. So I try and get out ice fishing as much as I can.
Nice. Yeah, Pool 4, I love that whole area up there. The guy that will be coming on my show, or has already been on the show, depending on when people see this, when we air this. He and I just many years ago cut our teeth, back there on Pool 4, man, just running up and down that lake. Lake Pepin, the place where water skiing was first unveiled and invented out there, right? At least
was it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It is one of the first places that some of the skis and such were first tested out and brought out.
I just saw they were doing that the other day. Yeah, I think it was late December, or maybe even early January. They were water skiing. You got to be absolutely nuts to be doing that. But
yeah, especially in this. For you guys though, we always have cold water out here, Colorado Highland Res. I mean, our water rarely goes above the 70s ever. It's just a rarity that our water ever gets much warmer than that. Yeah. And you would think with the desert sun that it would, crank up there. But as far as big bodies of water and such, it just stays cool because of where it's getting fed from.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, when that water gets cold out there, though, it's for real up there in Minnesota.
Yeah. I mean, usually it's right now it's probably right on the border of freezing, 32, 33 degrees.
How's your winter been up there? You guys, has it been light for you too? Because it's been like non-existent here.
We've had a lot more snow than we have the last couple of years.
Wow.
I don't want to say it hasn't been colder. We've had a lot of warm stretches. It's actually been kind of a weird winter. It gets 40 some degrees and then it will drop down to in the negatives and, kind of all over the place. But it's been a good year, a decent year for ice. We had a big snowfall. And then it got cold, which messes with ice a little bit. It doesn't form right because that snow forms a insulation layer over the ice. So it's been okay. It's been all right.
Yeah, we here in Colorado, we've had like non-existent. I think we've had like 2-3 inches of snow for the most part. I mean, it's just, I know some areas get hit with a little bit more, but it has just been a 50s and 60s nonstop. And quite frankly, I freaking love it.
Yeah.
Because I am over the snow and the cold. Not a fan there. Let's talk about North Shore Fish, the product line. What inspired this? So let me pull this up here. Bada bing. And we're going to go to the products here. Yeah. So there's kind of a running theme, that we're seeing across this, from the rod sleeves, tackle bags, lure covers. What inspired that? Like, let's, what inspired the product line that you guys sell there?
Yeah. So I started with the rod sleeves and I just used to use those mesh ones and I hated how the hooks would always get stuck in them. Now they're really easy to get on. I will say they're actually easier to get on than these ones, but once you get a hook stuck in them, it's you're going to lose your mind trying to get it out, throw your rod in the water, just want to quit fishing. Maybe not that bad, but it frustrates
No, dude,
me.
you invent cuss words when that shit happens, because now you got like
Right.
3 rods all hooked together in the back of your
Yeah.
truck, and
Yeah.
next thing you know, it's in you trying to
That's
get the
right.
damn thing out.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I started with those. I also I had some of the other ones. Like obviously, I'm not the first one to create these, but there always seemed to be like a one size fits all. And some of my musky rods are 9, 10 feet long, and these don't work for those. So I wanted to create different sizes for them, and a lot of my trolling rods are out to 10 feet. I think I have a couple 12-foot trolling rods too, and obviously those, a lot of those are 2-piece, but I do have some single rods that you can't use these on. So I just wanted to create something that could fit the wide spectrum of rods out there.
Right.
And I think I did that.
Now,
Nothing
do
too
you
complicated about these, but
do you manufacture these yourself?
I do not yet.
Okay, gotcha.
That's something I want to look into in the future. I just don't
Yep.
have time right now, but yeah, my next step. So I make these in China right now, and I want to get away from that. But that was the easy route to start.
Yep.
And I'm vetting some manufacturers stateside here, and hopefully we can try and get that going here soon. But
Love it.
yeah, not yet.
Hey man, you got to start somewhere, right? And there's
That's right.
nothing wrong with that. So good stuff here. We've got so the rod sleeves were kind of the first thing to hit out.
Yep. And then I guess I can't even remember. It might have been the transducer cover after that. That's just an easy transition. I use the same supplier for that.
Yep.
Especially with ice fishing, you want to protect that live scope transducer. And so I think that was my next product.
Now this cover comes off when in use, right?
Yeah, correct.
This is just for travel and
traveling.
such.
Yep, that's right. Yep. And so I wanted to make it easy to get on and off. So it's only one strap. It just slides on quick and it works pretty well. It does a good job at protecting it.
Love it.
Yeah, those planer board racks are. I wonder if I have one. I think I don't here, but I mean that's a niche thing. It's for the walleye guys, salmon guys here coming up. I got some new sizes coming out, but I take a trip out to Lake Erie every year. Lake Oahe, we do a lot of trolling. Lake Superior, stuff like that. So,
nice.
In areas where you can fish with 3 lines per guy, a lot of times we're using 6 to 8, 10, sometimes planer boards all at once. So when you have all these boards in, just lying around your boat, they're plastic, so they're going to break if you step on them. So I wanted a way to kind of get them out of the way. And there's some other options similar to this I've used in the past, and they just didn't work well for me. So just designed this, and it's been working. I've gotten really good feedback from it. I learned SolidWorks, didn't know how to use that's a design software that I designed this with. And so this one was a little bit of a bigger undertaking. I had to learn how to use the software before stepping into designing it. But this one's been a lot of fun for me.
Awesome.
Yep. Got into some microfiber towels and, ice fishing rod sleeves, stuff like that. These are pretty cool because it has the snap on it. So you can put it around the handle on your boat or put it, some guys are putting it on their belt loops when, it's easy to grab. And I've always had the ones that had like the metal clip in it, and I feel like running across the water, that thing's just banging on everything. And this is just a different way of hooking it on. So
love it.
Yeah. And then the new one for this year was the bags, so the tackle bags. And I don't have I don't have a lot of storage in my boat. It's more of like a fish ski type boat. It's a Lund fiberglass boat that just, doesn't have a ton of storage. So this is my solution to trying to help that a little bit. And so the small ones are good. Just throw everyday stuff in,
grab and go.
Yeah. Headlamps and, whatever. And the big one, and that one, the small one's not padded or anything. It's just a pretty basic bag. But the big ones are padded and have some structure to it, and they're designed for, holding the soft plastics like the picture shows here. And there's different dividers in the middle that are adjustable, so you can put different baits together and kind of organize them however you need.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I've heard of guys using them as reel bags and just a bunch of different
Nice.
applications for it. So
Because, like you said, they are padded in there, so they're going to protect the contents in there.
yep, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and I have a bunch of other ideas. I'll probably be launching, I don't know, 4 or 5 products this year. And there's
so
one that in particular, I'll get started on it this year, but I probably won't come out with it this year. But these are just the easy ones. I got up and running pretty quickly, but some of the ones I have coming here should be a little bit more involved. There's one in particular, so just need time to do it, man. It's
Right?
fun to design it and test it and stuff like that. So
That whole time thing, right?
yeah, that's
The
right.
never available enough resource.
Yeah. So these lure wraps are they have like a wax coating on the inside. So the idea is that really what started there's again with this, there's multiple options out there that kind of do the same thing. This is my version of it. This came from anything that has treble hooks in it. They
Yep.
always want to grab anything. So even the rod sleeves, they're the neoprene on the rod sleeves are pretty puncture resistant, but they sometimes do get hung up a little bit. And
Yep.
I use these to just wrap those hooks, get them out of the way, especially if you have kids in the boat. Just try and be as safe as possible here. They're super easy to put on. They're cheap.
Well,
I'm selling these right now for buy a pack of 3 and get one free. So it's just a easy item.
dude, if you spend any kind of money in your crankbaits, I love throwing crankbaits. This is how you protect them. You keep them from getting chipped. You keep them from getting scarred up, and the hooks banging on things and getting dull. No, if you want to put it on there, use a lure wrap like this. Get that hook shield on there, and it's going to protect your bait too.
Yeah.
They're not giving baits away these days, man. I can
No,
I can buy a hook shield cheaper than I get most of the damn crankbaits that I'm buying these days.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's an insurance policy is what it is really at that point.
And I have I'm sure a lot of us do, an odd obsession with having to own every single crankbait that's ever been created. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they say there's 2 kinds: the kind designed to catch fish, and the other one's designed to catch fishermen. So
Yeah, one of them works really well.
yeah, dude. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'll tell you what, as a kayak angler, man, this caught my attention.
Yeah.
A possibility if I could mount this to get a horizontal rack storage like this, a system on the kayak, I could see this could actually be a rod storage setup.
Yeah.
I know it's for the planer boards. I see that, but yeah, no, this could easily hold some rods on this on a horizontal mount. I just have to see how it would have to attach. I might have to get one of these and mess around with a little bit because
Yeah.
right now
Yeah,
all my rods are vertical, so going horizontal would be good.
I'm so entrenched with the design and the intended purpose of this. It's great to hear stuff like that because I never would have thought of that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'll have to circle back with you here, and I'll show you some ideas of what people are doing with it. There's some bigger companies that are have built these things, put them together, and I bet you with your design piece, I bet you could take that base right there and go after it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's cool.
especially if you're a guy like me that does, if I had the option, I would be fishing skinny water all day long and going underneath bridges left and right. In my kayak, but unfortunately I don't live around those places. So it's only when I travel. And yeah, when you've got 8 rods that are 7 foot plus sticking up in the air, nothing more cringy, man, than the sound of rod tips scratching right across the bottom of a bridge. As you go through there, the pucker factor alone, so no, I'd rather be able to get some ready, 3, 4, on each side, or at least on one side, get 4 rods or whatever ready stowed.
That reminds me, a couple of years ago, I was fishing over on Lake Erie, which is a giant lake, right? One of the biggest lakes in the world. And I had my boat out there. I have a radio with a 8-foot antenna on it. Oh. And I launched at a private landing. You have to go under a bridge to get to the big water. And didn't even think of that. It's this giant body of water, right? Yeah, that antenna completely snapped off.
Oh my gosh, not flexible enough.
Nope. Nope. I saw it coming and just couldn't adjust fast enough. Like, oh, well, what do you do?
Well, as you can see in the top right corner, I've got my shopping cart already loaded up here. I've been poking around there and I'm going to be getting some stuff there. But here comes the part that also just kind of stamped this home. Talk to me about this. This is in the spirit of why, Ellie got this going in the beginning here and why dad, her mom and dad supporting her. And you've carried this forward with this. And so when we look at this, you donate portions and proceeds every year go into some nonprofits here. Talk to us about that on where you guys, who you're working with.
Yeah. So right now we are donating at least 10%. And I say that we'll get into that here in a second, but at least 10% of my profits to Folds of Honor. So if you don't know who they are, it is organization that, it's a pretty common one, but I'll spill the beans on who they are. So they donate, or I donate to them, and what they do is they give scholarships to the family members of fallen soldiers and servicemen and first responders and stuff like that. So I've personally donated to them in the past. Not in the past, I still do. Monthly, I donate to them personally, and I have for a while. I was brought, so we donate through my big boy job, and one of my buddies, actually my first real friend, I met him in preschool. He grew after preschool a little bit, he went to West Point and,
few years
and served. He was an Army Ranger. He's out now. His younger brother followed the same path, and he's still in Special Forces now. And he's the one that introduced me to Folds of Honor. And
outstanding.
So I've been donating to them for a few years, and it's just a perfect fit. I have all the love in the world for all of our veterans, and man, I think that's the purpose I needed to serve here. I like what you said earlier about I'm here to serve those who serve.
Yes, sir.
That's such a good way of saying it, and
Yep,
it's just what I want to do here. So last year was our first real year in business, and I think I ended up donating right at about 30% of our profits to the organization. I mean, I haven't taken a dime out of this. This is what I'm not trying to make a bunch of money here. Everything that I take in, I am either buying new product for right now or donating it to Folds of Honor. So I say at least 10%, but it's actually been quite a bit more than that.
Sure. Folds of Honor is a fantastic organization, man. What they do to help support the families after the fact. I was once told a very key piece here, and this has carried with me, is that every soldier pays with their life. Some just pay it all up front.
Yeah.
And so to have organizations, people, community, friends, family, whatever the case may be, to have a support structure around to help, in the process. This isn't a handout, man. This is something bought and paid for that they more than deserve, is to be, not be worried about this stuff because of that sacrifice. It's goofballs like you and I get to keep doing what we do because of those families.
Because of that.
So,
exactly.
Yeah. So, dude, I'll tell you, when I saw that, dude, that's when I'm like, okay, I love the story up to this point. Now I got to have him on the show.
Yeah.
Kudos, man. I love what you got going here, and that piece right there, man. You're doing big work right there, and that's awesome stuff.
Yeah,
and what a great lesson.
I want to add a little bit about Folds of Honor. So I've known about this organization for a long time, and they do a great job marketing and stuff like that. Until you start donating and getting the pieces they send in the mail, and hear from the stories of the people that actually get the scholarships and what happened to them, it's so personable that, man, it's impossible not to want to support them. So I just invite everyone to go check it out. Not even this organization, most veteran organizations, kind of are the same way. So just go check them out and read into what they're actually doing. And man, it's amazing. It's cool.
I tell people this a lot. You know, we have a small section of our podcast from time to time. We'll talk about, you know, current events and things like that that are going on there. And people ask my thoughts about, you know, protest this, protest that. And then, like I say, hey, if it's peacefully and done,
Minnesota, man, we're right there.
right? I know that's I didn't mean to, you know, poke the bear a little too soon there, but no, the fact of the matter is this is what many men and women have given their lives for, is to protect our rights as citizens to do such a thing. So I have no problem with that. If you don't like something, speak your piece. Now, if you're an idiot about it, there's consequences, right? I mean, that just comes with the whole area there. But one of the things that, you know, we continue to touch base on is that whole serving. If you truly want to see a difference in your local community, if you want to actually enact change, find your organizations that are doing the kind of work like Folds, like the Romans Warrior, like TPO. That's right. You can see it firsthand. You know where your dollar is going. You know what it's being spent on, and you see the reaction from the people that you take out there. There's another great one out there that I just recently came across and learned about them, is the Veterans Community Project, man. You want to talk about truly getting something done right. This is an organization that's now nationwide across the nation, and they're dealing with they're taking care and attacking the homeless situation in our vets. Oh, they got these tiny home villages built in the city, some cities. They got one in Milwaukee, Kansas City is their home base. They got one here in Longmont, Colorado. You know, they're positioned out around. They're building these out. Like the one we have here in Colorado's got 26 tiny homes there. And they get these vets in the system, get them through the process. They get into these homes where now everything inside that home, when they transition and go to get their own place, all that comes with them. You know, all the furnishings on the inside. So they're getting back, you know, basically into the community, getting back on their feet, dealing with, you know, a myriad of situations. Bottom line is, these are organizations like Folds of Honor that are actually doing something, man.
Yeah.
That are truly getting in. It's not hype or big slogans or logos running around out there. I'm not going to mention any names of you know, organizations, but you don't have to worry about the fat, right? It's you know what it's going to do, and when you see it, man, that makes a difference. When you can truly see.
I'll have to look into that one. That's a really cool mission. I like
VCP, that. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I was just had a chance to tour the facility here up in Longmont, and I did so, and just inspired, dude. You know, talk about truly battling and curing some situations. Get them in, deal with whatever issues they're working on. If it's mental, substance, whatever it is, get them in a program, get them surrounded by positive energy and good people, and then help them transition through the community and into their own place, back at a job, back in their own apartment or own house. Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's how we get it done. That's, you know, it's not fast. It's not fast food. So a lot of people don't hold on to it you know, like it's too complicated. But it's like, dude, if you got the attention span more than a moth, you can see that it's companies like that are doing things proper, man.
Yeah, so. I agree.
So yeah, man, North Shore Fishing Company, you got great products out there. The prices are phenomenal. They're priced proper. They're specific for things that people need, and doing business with you knows that not only are we you know, supporting a small business and someone who has got things dialed up, but you're also giving back with the business. That there's wins across the board there.
Yeah, you know, I a lot of stuff, especially in the fishing world now, is just getting so expensive. So I'm trying my best to keep prices down, which is really hard to do right now. But I just want to be able to get these products out and you know, get them in the hands of people that can use them and support what I'm trying to do. And, you know, I try and run some promotions here and there. And, you know, I for every 3 rod sleeves, you get one free, and, you know, a free hat for orders over 100. And yeah, just trying to make it worth your while. Yeah.
Love it, man. Yeah, that's it can't be easy, especially with, you know, a few things rolling around out there, getting things done. But no, you're right. The fishing industry, you know, I'm a guy that tries to stay on the positive tip always, but I got to tell you, Where the fishing industry as a whole is at right now is not sustainable. You can mark it down. Gene said that on this date.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable doing what they're doing. You know, and you got these organizations out there that for the longest time when social media came up, it was, we want this. And then all of a sudden it was, well, you know, there's more to fishing than tournaments. So tournament anglers isn't really what we're looking for. We're looking for something else. And then all of a sudden now all they're picking up is nothing but tournament anglers. That becomes
Right.
their big press. And I'm like,
Yeah.
good Lord, y'all are bouncing all over the place here. You know, it's like,
It's easy to say something. It's a lot harder to actually
Yeah.
do it, right? Yeah.
well, and it's when you put that much weight in 8-second marketing, man, I'm sorry. That's not sustainable. It's gonna die. You know, that will
I'm learning
give up.
that. I'm learning that right now. I've been running some ads on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm not a social media guy at all. So you'll see some stupid ads for me and just probably make you laugh and, you know, call me an idiot, but it's been fun.
Hey, brother, it
No
brought
idea
me
what I'm
to
doing.
you. Yeah, brought me
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
I took a look at it and started looking into it. Look, man, this is awesome stuff, Eric. We appreciate you coming on here and talking about North Shore Fishing Company. Folks, make sure you get over. Just type in, for like Facebook, type in North Shore Fishing CO, and you'll find your page. Go there, give a like, give us, give a comment, check out stuff they got going, and then go to the website here and get you something ordered up. I'll show you. I'll hang on. I'm not joking. I went and I got stuff in my cart, dog. I'm like, okay,
I
yes, I
appreciate
need
that.
this, I need this. And I desperately need better rod sleeves for my spin gear. I have more than enough for the casting right now. It's a ridiculous amount that I have from the
Yeah.
old days. But my spin gear, you know, it's a special, you know, I want to protect that stuff a little bit better. And so, yeah, we got some stuff ordered in there. And, I'm going to test out some of these bad boys. If I get too crazy, then the wife starts, you know,
Oh,
starts
yeah.
wanting to know what the hell
Trust
I'm
me,
doing out there.
I get that.
Right? You ordered more tackle? Ooh, me? No. I must be, I don't know, scam or something like that.
Yeah, I get all these boxes now, and now I can just say, "Oh, it's someone returning some stuff."
Yeah.
It's not for me. Yeah, it's not definitely not for me.
See, that's what I've got one now, but she'll overhear this eventually and she'll see right through my game. But so now with the Patriot Borderland Kayak Series, I got vendors that are sending us stuff that we can hand out to vets. So I can, hey, another giveaway box there. I'll just take this to the garage. Yeah, I don't dare
Speaking
put
of that,
my
we
box
talked about
next to
that-
theirs.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say I don't put my box next to theirs.
Yeah, that's right. So we talked a little bit about that before we went live here. I would love to donate to that. So,
Oh, that'd be awesome, man.
Let's get offline here. And,
Yeah,
after we're done and work through that. But yeah, man,
sweet.
let's do like rod sleeves for anyone that's coming. I'll throw some bags and just a bunch of stuff at you. And
Oh my gracious, brother,
Give it away.
that's unbelievable. We appreciate that on a major level. These guys are going to be, it's the neat thing we thought is like let's keep it simple. 5 events for the first year.
yeah,
Civvies that show up, you know, those of us that are showing, we're there to say thanks, and there'll be some cool little prizes. But for the vets and first responders, you know, that show up, we want to make sure that these are memorable deals. And if we can get them hooked in our sport, dude, I mean, that's the game, right?
yeah.
Give them this as a new outlet. That's that mission and purpose. You and I both know, dude, there's nothing better than that anticipation of getting out. And heading out, you know, for the next, especially doing the kind of fishing you do. Talk to me real quick about this, these guided trips that you do as well. This is something super cool at each year. What do you got going on with that?
Yeah. So last year I gave away 2 trips. There's a guide over in Green Bay that I was working with, and I pay him to take some vets out fishing. So last year I took a group of vets out. And then the second group, they were not vets, just guys that won the contest, they're awesome guys. We had a lot of fun. So we had the first trip, they were walleye fishing, and the second trip, salmon fishing out there. And I want to do more of that. I just, have long-term vision of where this company goes, and that's where it is. I want to take vets out fishing just personally and with guided trips and take, extended trips, not just for a day. And yeah, that's really where I want to take this. This is my creative outlet, right? So this company for me is a few things. It's a way to get my kids involved and learn how business works. I think I need to figure that out first, but eventually I'll be able to show them. And then it's a creative outlet for me. So I want to start, we talked about social media and how I'm pretty terrible at it. I'm going to do a better job at posting, and I want to start making some YouTube videos and stuff like that. And it just kind of fits right in with, taking out vets fishing. And I've heard from a lot of guys that fishing is for vets, for active service members, it's a great way to just relieve stress and just get away from some of the shit that they've seen, right? So why not take them out? It's free. I'm going to go out fishing anyways. Might as well show someone else how not to catch a fish.
Exactly. I did that for the first couple of years. One of the guys that I've taken out, and he's been a consultant of ours. He doesn't have a choice. He's part family now. He told me too. Took him out for a couple of years to some great locations. We didn't do shit. We didn't catch shit. Yeah. And one of these times I'm taking him to a local place and we go fishing, and he's like, "Hey Gino, this is like the third time I've been out. Are fish ever involved in these fishing trips that we go out?"
Oh, that's funny.
I'm like, "You suck, dude." Yes. You're the bad luck here, not me.
Yeah, right.
But I'll tell you, this last season though, redemption. Now that I've got I took the time to finally dig into it after about 6 years of having it, not having it. I got live scope kicking. And I'll tell you now, when we go out, we find fish, and now that I understand the tool, we can find these roamers in this otherwise, just for us, we only have like 4 hours, right? 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
So I don't have time to just go out and poke around.
Yeah.
I tell people that's what you should do, is go explore the lake and try different things. That's how you'll become a better angler. But when I take people out, I got to get them on fish, and I got to get them fast, and as they move, those smallies, as they start to track and move out, wolf pack up, I want to be able to go with them, okay, over here, 25 feet in front of your boat, throw out there, and pop that thing around, give them something to chase, type deal, and bang. So yeah,
that's pretty awesome for that. I just got it last year too. I was holding out, and I'm a traditional fisherman.
Damn cheater box.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. But I will say, like I live an hour and a half from Mille Lacs Lake here, and for those not familiar with Mille Lacs, it's basically a fisherman's playground, right? So they have world-class walleye fishing. I mean, a bunch of state records on muskie have been caught there. The perch bite right now is just insane, and it's probably one of the best smallmouth lakes I've ever fished in my life. Every time I'm there, there's guys coming up from Mississippi and all over the place.
Yep.
Fishing for smallmouth there. So.
Dude, it's an ocean.
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
It's a massive, massive lake. I fished a state championship there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So that's really where I fish a pretty good amount. I kind of split my time, when you say I have 4 hours to get out, I either go up there or I go down to Pepin. And this last year humbled me with live scope. Walleye fishing in particular. We did pretty good with smallmouth, but man, there's so much bait in the system there that we'd find the walleye. This live scope's awesome for that, and watch them just poke your bait and just not hungry with how much bait there is in the system. But live scope is so cool for that. I love that. So it's you're on fish and you're confident in what you can do, and then you just got to figure out how they're gonna bite. So yeah.
Yeah, it's not what the naysayers think. It's not see a fish, catch a fish. It just isn't that. You have to. It's a skill that you have to commit to. But once you do, what it is to me is just this magnifier of learning, because now you're getting affirmation that you're right about where you went looking, where you thought they would be, or you're learning they're not where I thought they'd be. So you're learning there with it. It's teaching you that. Then, as you're attacking the fish, you see how they react to your bait. So you're learning, maybe if they don't want this, they're still there. So I'm going to keep fishing it, but maybe I'm going to try a different presentation. Lo and behold, dude, I was at the state championship here at Pueblo Reservoir down south here in Colorado. And I culled out several fish out of my 5 by throwing a deep diving crankbait on them in Colorado. I was so
Really?
giddy because I'm running it and I'm watching my bait come down and buzz the tower, right over him, and just seeing this dot come firing off the bottom and just hammering it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm finally finding a crankbait bite out here that's worthwhile,
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's a teacher if you pay attention and dedicate yourself to the craft, for sure. But
Yeah.
it's by itself, it's just nothing more than another tool.
Yeah, exactly. You still need to kind of know what you're doing out there.
Oh, my goodness.
But I've learned, like, I'm a walleye fisherman at heart. I grew up fishing with my grandpa doing that. About from when I was a little kid, walleye live on the bottom. You got to get to the bottom. Man, these big ones are roaming around
Suspended.
right in the middle. Yeah.
Yep.
It's insane. So
Yeah.
you just learn that. And it's not even, you don't even learn always about fishing. It can be about just terrain too, right? Just different spots and where transitions are. And, here's the weed edge. You can kind of see that in 2D or side imaging and stuff like that. But
Yep.
man, live scope is just another, like you said, another tool, but you can learn a lot from it.
I agree. I think it's fantastic that we have forward facing in all forms out there, and yeah, good stuff. All right, brother. Listen, we're here about approaching that hour piece here, dude. I can't thank you enough, and I am stoked. I guarantee you this, Eric. I have it in my heart to get back to Minnesota. There, I have family out there in Minnesota. My daughter lives up in the cities there, and I've got my mother and sister and a few that live down south by Chatfield, Rochester area down there.
Yeah.
I lived in Rochester for 10 years just recently, or just moved back here to Colorado in 21. And so we're hoping to get up there and actually do a trip out that way. When we do, I'm going to be in your ear on Facebook there or on text. And dude, I would love to connect up with you when we come out that way. At the very least, let me buy you a beer, buy you lunch or something, as well. And that way we can stop in. But yeah, dude,
That'd be awesome. Reach out. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm for sure in.
And we're going to be talking about North Shore Fishing Company quite a bit here. You'll see us out there. Anything we can do to help you guys keep digging, man, because you may not be doing it now, but it sure would be cool if it turned into something that could take care of the family and you're serving others, man. That's the way it gets done, right?
That. Yeah.
Yeah, you bet. So, all right, buddy. Hopefully we covered everything. Did we miss anything, or did we cover it all here?
No, man. I came without an agenda, so I just wanted to chat with you. I was excited. Yeah.
Good shit.
We covered everything about me, so yeah. Anything I can do for you or the veteran community, reach out. I'm all ears.
We appreciate it. Folks, make sure you get over to northshorefishingco.com. Go check out the website, check out the products, get you something. Order a couple things there, get them coming. Hey, man, if you got a live scope, get that transducer cover, right? Get that thing on there. I travel around with mine quite a bit, and I've been ashamedly not protecting it, in the bottom of my yak, so I need to make sure that we get that on there. But tackle bags, never have enough tackle storage, and, of course, protecting the rods and reels that you have out there, that's always a cool deal. So go check them out there. As a reminder, we are not live. That's why we haven't been responding to you, all right? This is a recorded episode, so please leave your comments and questions in the deal here, and I will go back through after this airs. I'll see them, and if Eric doesn't see them, I'll pass them on to him, and then he can answer any questions you have, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome, folks. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. That's the way you can help us in a major way. Go check out the YouTube channel here. That's a major deal for us. As always, tight lines. Be safe. Take care of each other, and God bless.